Add a Little Dazzle. In today's video, we will be creating the Grunge Rock Metal Embossed Z-Fold card. This card features the Mocha Morning Specialty Designer Series paper along with the Grunge Rock stamp set and gold nugget metal sheets from Add a Little Dazzle. This card is perfect for the man in your life, and this gives you a small glimpse into our upcoming Make It Manly class that will be available. So let's get started. To begin creating this card, we will need to take a 4 1/4 by 11 inch piece of basic black cardstock, and we need to score it along the 11th inch side at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2 inches. Once you have done that, you will fold your card in half, and then you will fold it back once. And this creates the technique which is known as the Z-fold. Once you have done that, then what you will do is you will take your Mocha Morning Designer Series paper and we will attach it to the card. So here are the 3 pieces that we will be using. We will take our 4 inch by 5 1/4 inch piece of Mocha Morning Designer Series paper. We will run snail adhesive along the back, and I will open the card and center it and attach it right there. Once I've done that, I will also open this section and I will attach these 2 pieces, which measure 2 1/2 by 4 inch, and you will attach both pieces right there. And again, just go ahead and run snail adhesive along the back of each piece, center it, and attach it. And here is the second piece we will attach. Once you have done that, the base of your card is made, and you can see how it opens, and the texture on this Mocha Morning Designer Series paper is just beautiful. And this is a product that will be retiring on May 31st, and so if you are interested in purchasing the Mocha Morning Specialty Designer Series paper, I encourage you to do that right away before it runs out. Okay, so now we are going to create the metal embossed piece, and here I am using a 2 3/4 inch by 3 3/4 inch piece of gold nugget metal sheet from Add a Little Dazzle, and I will be using the Houndstooth Impressions folder from Stampin' Up, and I will place this metal sheet color side up with the logo facing up, and I will take this piece and I will open my multi-purpose platform to tab number 1. I will place my plate right here, my cutting plate. I will place my impressions folder on top, my second cutting plate, and I will run this through the Big Shot. Once I have done that, I will end up with a piece that looks like this, and I will need to go ahead and attach sticky strip to the back of it along the 4 walls. Emboss this piece, and I place sticky strip on the back of it. I'm going to peel it off, and I'm going to attach it to the center of this 3 by 4 inch piece of basic black cardstock. And this is going to be my focal point where I'm going to place the guitars on my card. And so now what I need to do is I need to go ahead and place 3 pieces of sticky strip along the back of this piece, and I'm going to take my card and I'm going to open it up, align it, and attach it to my card front. And there, only half of the card of this piece actually had sticky strip, and so that will allow me now to be able to open the card. And so now what we need to do is we need to create the inside piece. And we're using the Grunge Rock stamp set. This stamp set is retiring from Stampin' Up! Again on May 31st. So if you want this, I encourage you to go ahead and get it. And so what I did was I took this image and I used basic black classic ink and I stamped it on the corner right here onto a 2 3/4 by 3 3/4 piece of Whisper white cardstock, and I matted it on a 3 by 4 inch piece of basic black cardstock. Then I attached sticky strip on the back, and now I'm going to place it inside my card. Now, because of the material that is on this card, I opted to using sticky strip to make sure that it sticks. And so what I'm going to do to make sure that I have correct lining is I'm going to place my card right there, that second piece right there, hold it together and bring it over and just press down, and that will ensure that that inside piece is correctly aligned with this front piece so that there will be no edges showing right there. And so now what we are going to do is we are going to go ahead and begin creating our stamped images. And for that, we are going to take a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of Whisper white cardstock, and I'm going to use the happy birthday and the guitar images from this stamp set. And so I went ahead and pulled out my clear block, and I attached the happy birthday on one side and the guitar on the other side, and I'm using basic black craft ink. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink it, and I'm going to stamp my guitar 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Then I'm going to flip it around where it says happy birthday, and I'm just going to stamp it right there. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my black embossing powder, and I place it inside the powder pals, which helps me have a tray in which to put my embossing powder, and then it has a little nozzle right here that I can remove, so when I need to pour it back into my container, I can do that without making a mess. And this too will be retiring from Stampin' Up! On May 31st. Now, normally I would place embossing buddy over this before embossing, but I'm going to be cutting out these pieces so it doesn't matter, and if I have a little speckle here and there, it'll add to the effect. And so I'm just going to scoop it up. As you can see, it's catching right there, and then I'm just going to flip it over, tap it to remove any excess, and then I'm going to set it with my heat tool. And there it is, it's embossing it, and you'll know that it's ready because it will have that shiny look to it. And that embossing powder really adds to the look that we're going for in this card. And so it'll be perfect once it is done. Okay, so I'm now done embossing this, and so I'm going to let it cool off for a couple of seconds. Once it has cooled off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my guitars and I'm going to cut out 3 of them. In addition, I'm going to cut the happy birthday piece into a little rectangular shape. You can either do it with the paper cutter or you could do it on your own. It really doesn't matter. And once you have done that to those pieces, then you want to make sure that you take your basic black classic ink along with a stamping sponge, and that you just distress the edges just to add a little oomph to the look of the card. And you're going to do that to all your pieces. Now what you're going to do is you are going to place stamping dimensionals along the back of your guitar. And as you can see, I've already done that there. And so you're going to place 3 there. You're going to take a stamping dimensional and cut it into 3 pieces and place it right there. And you're going to do that for all 3 pieces that you are going to be attaching on your card front. Okay, so here's my card, and as you can see, I've already attached one of the guitars, and it already has the stamping dimensionals on back. And I'm going to attach the second one and the third one. Now, I also wanted to point out that if your guitars are not evenly spaced the way you want them to, because it's stamping dimensionals, it'll easily pull off, and you can reposition them exactly where you want it to be. And so just attach that stamping dimensional back there. And I'm going to take this center piece and I'm going to reposition it. And you can see how easy that is to do. Okay, and so like I said, for this specific card, I did the happy birthday sentiment, but you can pretty much do any sentiment you want. Another suggestion might be if you want to make it for Father's Day, you can put Happy Father's Day, graduation, whatever you want. So this is a very versatile card for you to make. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my stamping dimensionals and I'm going to take two of them. And I'm going to place it, let me show you right there. I'm going to kind of see where it needs to be because I don't want it, I want it to be in between here. And so over here again. And then I'm going to peel that off. And just attach it right there. And that creates a really cool looking masculine card. Now, I wanted to add a little touch to the card as I felt it needed a little something to make it stand out. And so I'm going to be using my paper piercing tool and my Jules Basic rhinestones. And I'm going to attach 3 little rhinestones to my card. So I'm going to use these right here. I'm going to lift it up with my paper piercing tool. And I am just going to attach it right here on the guitar. And it just adds that extra look it needs, as this is a grunge rock card with some sophistication and elegance to it. And so now I've attached that, and as you can see, the Z fold, and you can easily write your message right there. And that's all there is to this card. This card is very easy to create, and this is perfect for any occasion in which you need to create a masculine card. And this card is a preview of the kind of cards that you will see in our upcoming Make It Manly class. We will have a lot more cards to share with you as we preview this upcoming class, and we invite you to make sure to visit us so that you don't miss out on it. In addition, if you like what you see, we also invite you to check out our Add a Little Dazzle virtual club where we share exclusive projects for our members. Our group is growing and we would love to have you as a member of our group. We also invite you to visit our blog where you can purchase Stampin' Up! Product, Add a Little Dazzle metal sheets, and accessories. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at monica@addalittledazzle.com. Thanks and have a dazzling day.